this do everything right? Something looks a little different here. Why do I still have that there? Hmm. Let me check out my laptop here. I had to go get my laptop. Should be live. Yes. Laptop behind me. Yeah, looks like everything's working well. I gotta turn my volume back down. There we go. Let's see. Mishy Stacker. Woo, he's first. Rakamas is right behind him. Oh, man, I would have lost this time, Raka. I had my money on you. Mishy beat you to it. Oh, man. Good evening. How you doing, everyone? Good to see you. Really good to see you, Mishy Stacker. How you been, brother? Why does it look like my laptop not playing? Wait. Okay, it's going. I guess my laptop was paused. Deneen, my sister, what's going on? Woo! Good to see you, Deneen. Always good to see you. Oh man, it's good to be surrounded by good company. Thank you. Thank you guys. Yeah, I'm just sitting here with my puppy dogs. They're over on the little I don't know what you're gonna call it, little love seat type thing. They're sitting back there relaxing. Smash the like button, Deneen says. Yeah. Hit it, smack it, smash it. What? No steak this time? No, uh, that's already eaten. I had that earlier, Mishy. Sorry. I had filet mignon. I had pickled beets and had some maple beans with bacon in it. It was pretty good. I was going to do a video on it, but I decided to do it live. It was so much easier. That way, there, I didn't have to take the 15, 20 minutes it would take to upload it. And I said, by the time I do all that, I can just live stream it. So I did the live stream cooking it. Tell you what, it came out pretty good. It was Mrs. T-Bird approved as well. I went and brought her in some. She had it. It was pretty good. I liked it. I guess the one thing I got to consider doing, which I think from a lot of devices, the sound comes across pretty okay. But there has been a few, maybe one or two of my subscribers that have previously mentioned during their my lives or whatnot. Sometimes it's not quite loud. I guess it all depends on the device that you're listening on, and like say whatever they have to turn the volume up, and then when they go to something else, it's blasting. So I guess what I need to do. The heck was that? I heard something in the background. Hmm. Hope I don't got raccoons trying to get into my garage. I got my garage door open. Sorry about that, guys. I got my headlamp. I'm looking over into my garage. I left my garage door open. I heard something banging around. Not sure what it was. We do got some raccoons around here. Heard coy dogs earlier. Yeah, the fire is nice. But what I was saying is, I think I probably need to. It ain't much of an investment. I guess you would consider it an investment. Wild mountain boar, 210 stacks. How you doing? Good to see you. We don't have any boars around here. No wild pigs. Sasquatch, as she says. That I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I've never saw one, but you never know. There's a lot of woods around here, Mishy. But I got to get myself a mic that I can pin on my shirt or something, so the sound is loud and consistent. Preferably a wireless one where I'm not contained. You know. But I was thinking about that, and I'm a subscriber of Daisy May. I don't know if we all know who Daisy May is, but she's got a channel. I frequent her channel quite often, and she has a cordless wireless mouse, or not mouse, their microphone. And I'm not sure how they work. I've never had one. I've heard of them before, but hers, the battery apparently had died, and she had to turn on another device or do whatever she had to do so she could get sound again. But yeah, I was wondering if we're going to see Ellie come out here. That Ellie would stop in here. We don't have fours in Michigan. Uh, then I had to chase one down the snowmobile trail one runner. Really? Wow. That's interesting. That's interesting, Michi. Yeah. I mean, I've been all throughout. I haven't in my older, I don't want to say older years, but I haven't in the last 10, 15 years. But the woods behind me as a young teen, an older teen, and a young adult, I've been all over the woods back there, miles and miles. My father actually owned about 100 acres of woods back there behind me, and I think I traveled all 100 acres many times, walking through the woods, hunting, or just I don't know, not searching, but just looking, walking through the woods, enjoying the wilderness area. This is back before it was logged. Back before a logging company went in there, it was really awesome because they had all these huge trees and there wasn't all this small undergrown brush. It was clean walking. It was a beautiful woods. And then somebody hired, or was my father didn't hire, but somebody went to my father saying they'd give him, such and such if they could log it, and they did. Um, and I don't want to say it destroyed it, but it did. It did. But I've never, ever came across any wild boars or wild pigs. Daisy May, woo! Hi, how you doing? Thank you so much. I guess your ears were ringing. I was just talking about you, Daisy May. Very good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping in and dropping a like. I appreciate it. I was just talking about your headless microphone that you, or your headless, your cordless microphone that you had one time during your live stream that died on you. I was talking about me having to probably invest in one of those because I've had certain subscribers that had said when they go from one device to another device, or when it leaves, they have to crank the volume up sometimes because I'm streaming from my phone. And sometimes when I'm on my phone, I'm always streaming from my phone, but sometimes I'm sitting up right next to it. And other times I'm further away. Everybody always says they can hear me fine. But when it goes to a commercial or something like that, then it's blaring. And it's kind of a good idea to probably get a cordless wireless microphone. But there she is. Mishy Stacker or somebody, I could do it, but drop Daisy May's link. Let me see. Maybe I can do it here real quick. Uh, she's got an awesome channel. Like I said, I frequent her channel quite often. Um, she has an awesome channel. She's got the cutest dog, too. She's so awesome. Let me see here. I'm going to go to your channel, Daisy May, and open a new tab. I'm trying to make it easy for anyone, but if any one of my mods are fluent in doing that, please try to beat me to Daisy May's site and drop her link. If you're not subscribed to Daisy May, give her a sub, give her a like, give her a comment, tell her T-Bird sent you. I'd be very honored if you did. There we come. I got her link. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Deneen, awesome. You're right on top of it. I got it pasted. I'm going to paste it too. I'm going to paste it too. I've already collected it. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Daisy May. Yeah, here's my. Let me see. I got to turn my headlight on here. Here's my little puppy dogs. I don't know if you. I think you've seen my puppy dogs. Let's go. There's Miss Molly Bear. Yeah, she's all cuddled up in the love seat with Jax. Miss Miss Molly Bear, turn around. And there's Jax. Jax is about 13. He's a brown pet, red-nosed brown pet. And Molly Bear, she's too interested in what's going on behind her. She's a good size dog. She's a pit and lab. She's beautiful. I love both of them. They're great dogs. Jax, I got to keep him tied up though because he likes to run and take off. Molly Bear, she doesn't. She's the smartest dog I've ever met. She listens. It's almost like she fully understands you. Thank you so much, Daisy. Let me look back at the chat here. I can. It's very difficult to keep up with the chat looking at my phone because I'm only seeing like 3 or 4 things at a time and it scrolls by. So I try to bring my laptop out here with me. I hope it's fully charged. I had it die on me one night. Woo! 8 legs, 10 people. Yeah. I wonder if Michael will stop by here. I was really hoping Allie would stop by. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, I tend to have fires quite often, and I figured it'd be nice to incorporate them into my lives, I guess. And then I get the best of both worlds. I get to do my live streams and chat with everybody that I enjoy hanging around and being around, and I still get to enjoy my fires. I have them all the time, especially in the summertime, especially when I'm on vacation. Promptora, how you doing? Are you Irish American? Yes, I am. I do have Irish in me. Yes, Irish, French, English, and they claim a little Native American Indian, but I'm not sure about that. My daughter had did what do they call that thing where you send your saliva away and have it tested? It's your family tree and all that. She had that done, and they say it's Irish. What's the other thing that's very close to Irish? Um, I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting. It's not Irish. It's something else. Somebody help me. It's Scottish. Scottish. Yes. Peaceful there. Just need some marshmallows. I've got some marshmallows. I've got some. I got the sticks. I got the marshmallows. I got regular sized marshmallows and I got the ounce sized marshmallows. They're huge. But my daughter, needless to say, had did the the thing there on the family tree where you send your saliva away and they have it tested with your DNA and all that and your family background and whatnot. And it turns out to be through her, there's more Scottish than Irish. But Scottish and Irish are pretty close to the same thing. You're half French and half Scottish. Yeah, yeah. I don't know my percentage of French and Scottish. For my daughter's thing, there was Irish and Scottish, but the Scottish was more dominating than the Irish was. Um, the English and French were more dominating than the Scottish and Irish. So it's English, French, um, Scottish, and Irish. Did you build a wall all around the fire pit? Yeah, heck yeah, yeah, I did. Um, let me see. I can turn the light on a little bit. Um, hold on. Let me see here. I'll give you a tour of the outside here real quick. Well, the inside. I got cords that are plugged into my phone because my battery had went down low. But yeah, it's a 10 foot by 12 foot fire pit. And let's see. Can you see the marshmallows right there? There's the bag of marshmallows. And there's the sticks right over there in a bag. And it goes all the way around. All the way around. There's my laptop. This is the inside. The outside is all painted real nice. And I've got LED lights, motion LED lights on the outside. Yeah. Let me set this back down here. Face fire again. Did I hear marshmallows? Vegas Stacker? Woo! Always good to see you, Vegas. Yes, sir, you did. I think it was the ounce marshmallows that got you. I think it was the ounce. The word ounce. Yeah. Well, I don't got the smaller ones out here, but I got the big ouncers. Oh, let's see. I got an older stick here. This one's already been used. Let me stick it on the other end. I ain't gonna light one up yet, but hold on. Let me put one on a stick. Let me put one on the stick. I'll show you the ounce marshmallow. Oh boy, look at that! You can see the shadow from my light. Oh yeah, here, there's a normal finger. There's a big marshmallow. The other one, I should go inside the fifth wheel. I mean, that looks like a regular sized marshmallow. Look at how that stick bends. Whew. It's a heavy one. I'm telling you, I should put that on my scale just to see it, how heavy it actually is. I guarantee you it's an ounce or more. Let me shut that light back off. You working tonight, Vegas? You're Scottish and English? English was not my family's fault. Yeah. Yeah, mine either. Mine either, Mickey Stacker. Let's see. Now, Irish, yeah, I'm sorry, Mickey, I see it up in my laptop where you said Irish and Scottish are not the same. Um, I'm not sure. Uh, I thought they were in a way, but you're probably right. You may have a little more um, knowledge and understanding on that than I do between Irish and Scottish. But I always thought that Irish and Scottish were fairly similar, but I may be very wrong. But like I said, I've always been told I have Irish in my background. And when not my sister, my daughter did the family tree thing and sent the saliva away for DNA testing or whatnot, I found out that there was more Scottish than the Irish. There's just a little, like, I think it was like 1% Irish, 5% Scottish. How they determine that, I don't know. Yes, I do know they hate each other. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well, hate is such a strong word. I say they just don't agree with each other. Now, I did go inside and go get myself a drink. I had a coffee from way earlier on Michael Stacking's live stream. It's almost finished, but I had to go get another couple of drinks. So, how's everybody tonight? Deneen, everything. I know you have your challenges, but you're doing all right. I'm concerned about you, sister. I haven't heard too much about your condition. I know you were going for rehab with your knee. I hope all is doing well with that. Yeah, they all play the bagpipes. Yeah. Hmm. I don't play the bagpipes. I've heard them before. I've seen them. I believe I actually watched one of your live streams, or it was a video, but I believe it was a live stream on a parade that you had up in your area. You're doing all right. Awesome. You're very welcome, Denise. Nishi Stacker. I forget where it was, but I think they had you had a parade and you were doing it live stream. I was there attending that, and if I'm not mistaken, I think there was some guys that went through that might have been Scottish that were playing the bagpipes. If I weren't mistaken, that was it was some time ago. I vaguely remember. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see, fiddling around with my coffee cup here, trying to find the cover to open it to take another drink. Yeah, one thing earlier today that I did when I went for a doom buggy go kart ride, I took a video of it, and when I knew Linda Bop Mom was going to give me heck not wearing a helmet, but I'm a country boy. But I did put my 5 point harness on. I had my harness on. Yeah, I was going down the dirt road, not too far. It's just like a minute, not even a minute away from my house. I just go down the road, probably about it's about a tenth or 2/10 of a mile down the road for me, and I take a right, and it's a another road that goes off. It turns into a dirt road in the back. It goes about a mile, mile and a half back. And I usually go down there and cruise that road. And yeah, I open them. I open that doom buggy right open, right up. I pedal to the metal. Yeah, I think I was doing like 47, 50 miles an hour down there. Top speed of that I've ever had it. The fastest I think I've ever had it up to was 58.7 miles an hour. And that's right to the floor going on a downhill incline. Uh, but when I go them kind of speeds, I've always got my seatbelt on. And if I'm going on a duration of going down the road more than a tenth, or like say 2/10 of a mile down the road, not the dirt road, but if I keep going further, I mean, I've gone like 3 or 4 miles past down the road on where the main road that I live on. And if I go down that far, then I do wear a helmet. I'll bring a helmet with me. St. Patrick's Day weekend. Yeah, yeah, that was the Metropolitan Police and the fire pipes and drums. Yeah, that was one of the ones that you did a live stream on. And like I said, I'm pretty certain, I'm almost like 95% positive they had the bagpipes on there when I was watching it. You had one guy that was standing next to you on the side of the sidewalk. Uh, I forget what he said, but he talked for like just a moment or so during your live stream when you're doing it. I forget if you talked to him or not, but I vaguely remember a guy there that was in your stream that was watching the parade. Oh, it looks like I might need more firewood. Fire's getting down there a little bit. Hmm. Hold on a minute. Let me throw on a couple more pieces. I like big fires. Let me see. Let me get this poker. Move these holes around a little bit. Throw another couple pieces of wood on there. Oops. There we go. There, that'll last for a little bit. There we go. Oh, which did I just unplug? Yeah, I think I just accidentally unplugged my phone. Heard the battery disconnect and disconnect, reconnect. There it goes. Now on the cord in the ground. There we go. Yeah, he was excited. Yeah, he was. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Trying to think. That was just earlier this year. I think early this spring. I think I forget. Good night, Vegas. Yes, sir. Time for sleep. They'll leave the live stream running. Awesome. Thank you, Vegas. I thought maybe you were working tonight. Usually you work tonight. You got to go to sleep for a change. Well, have yourself a good night. Thank you so much. Who knows? Maybe I'll even sing Country Roads. OC Stacker's not here. He always yells, "My ears, my ears." If Ellie came out, I was gonna sing Country Roads. Not the not the whole version, but more than I usually do. But yeah, that's it. St. Patrick's Day in March. Yeah, it was a while ago. Yeah, yeah, it was a while ago. I'm surprised I remembered that. Yep, that's when. Let's see, my daughter's birthday. Marley, where are you going, Molly Bear? What are you doing? My daughter's birthday. She was her Mrs. T-Bird's due date for our daughter was on St. Patrick's Day. She was a St. Patrick's Day baby. Yeah, she was. Now my baby's 28 years old. That's my baby girl. I got to take a look at my Molly Bear. I'm just a little concerned. I don't keep her on a leash or anything because she's very good about staying around the area, but she might have to go do her business. But sometimes I'd like to take a look out around the perimeter with my light. That way, there I can see if there's any type of stray animals. Because we do, the koi dogs don't ever come up to my property. There are koi dogs. There's 3 different packs around this area, but they're at least about a mile and a half away from me in the woods. But we do have raccoons, and they come up rather close to this area. And I just rather her not tangle with any raccoons. And I think about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, me and Miss T-Bird did a little night driving with a doom buggy, and we came across a porcupine in the back part of my property. And that's one thing I wouldn't want them to do. So I'm just scanning the outside perimeter while where she's walking around just to make sure I don't see any other eyes. Hmm. It was my suggestion. Can you, Raka? You have coyotes there too. Yeah, they're coyotes, koi dogs. I call them koi dogs, but they're coyotes. Yeah, there's three different packs here. I'm right now. I'm well. The way the camera is pointed, that's pointed in the northeast direction. If I was to point it that way on the east side of us, about a mile away, there's the interstate. And there's a small section of woods over that way. There's a lot of koi dogs over there. Them are the closest pack. And directly to the opposite side of me, behind me, where I'm facing, like that's east. This way is west. So west of me in the back is where there's like 7, 8 miles or more of nothing but woods. Way back there somewhere, maybe a mile and a half back, I can hear koi dogs. That's a totally different pack. And then off to the north side of me, there's another pack, and I think there's another pack down to the towards the south of me, because tonight, just during Michael's live stream, um, towards the south part, but it was a single koi dog. Usually they're in packs, and this one particular koi dog was barking and yelping like a koi dog does, but it was like a single one, only one. And usually when they all start yelping and barking, and it's a pretty eerie sound. Um, they usually all of them do it. Foxes, yeah, we got foxes here too, and a lot of large birds around here. A lot of large birds. Well, you need to have a phoenix up there. I'll scare them all away. Yeah, we don't let our cats out here either. No, our cats are all house cats. Our dogs are house dogs. They come out here to the fifth wheel and just out back to the fire pit with us. And then they stay right here on our property. We don't let them usually even come out, only with us when we're outside. Yeah, coyote candy. And like I said, there's very few times they eat the koi dogs. I call them koi dogs, coyotes, koi dogs. Same things. If you've seen a lot of my lives, Jackamas. You've seen where my fire pit is and where that hedgerow is, that tree line to the north of me. There's been one time, maybe twice, I've seen 2 or 3 koi dogs uh, go from walk along the side of that hedgerow only a couple of times, and they're just transitioning from one side to the other side. But usually the packs, like I said, how I know there's 2 or 3 different packs here, because they usually are always like the ones that are on the east side. They're always over there, and they kind of stay in their located area. They may travel a little ways out, but At nighttime when they howl, they're on the hunt, they're on the move, and they kind of hunt in their own little location. The ones that are about a mile or so behind me, they don't travel that far and relocate. They always they're always in the same particular vicinity. I don't know if they have like a den or whatever. I've never really gone looking for them. But the one thing that a lot of hunters sometimes do, yeah, hawks do that. Yeah, yeah, we got a ton of bald eagles. Yeah, we've got a few bald eagles around here, but not many. It's very far and in between. We see a bald eagle around here, my area. Uh, we have more turkey vultures. That cell tower just across the road from me. Uh, Sometimes, let me see if I can turn my camera up. You guys can see the red lights. Yeah, you can see the blinking red lights. It's a cellular tower. It's not my cellular tower that I get my service through, but um, the turkey vultures love to roost up on top of there, and they're always around here. There's like 10 or 15, sometimes 20 of them. There's a lot of them. Renee and me, woo! How you doing, John? Good to see you. You live pretty near a set of railroad tracks. You ought to hear the coyotes howl when the train comes through. Oh yeah, it's hilarious. I bet it is. Good to see you, John. Always good to see you, brother. But I was talking about what else besides. I think I was talking about the coy dogs, talking about the wildlife, the animals. Never finished. I was talking about the pigs. It started with the boars. No pigs. Like I said, my father owned 100 acres, and it's been quite a few years since I've been back there. I mean, I go back there, but I don't go jaunting off through the woods anymore on a journey like I used to. It used to be nice, like I said before, the loggers went in there. It was pristine forest, and those trees that were 4 or 5 feet across at the base of their trunks. I kid you not. There was trees that had never been logged before. I mean, that's a huge tree. When you have a tree, a pine tree, or a hardwood tree that's got a trunk in the width is 4 to 5 feet. This is before they logged it. It was so nice and pristine. You could walk through the woods. It was awesome to do. As a young kid, I used to climb some of the trees, the big pine trees, and you could actually climb to the top and you could see the whole, not the whole Lake Champlain, but you could see the lake from up there. And that's quite an ordeal because I'm like 10 miles or a little more from that lake. And you're up there. You're up there. But it's quite amazing the way the woods used to be. It includes a 440 Magnum. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Mishi. Um, but I know the woods fairly well, and I know for the for the most part, most of the animals back there at nighttime, I wouldn't go back there without some type of lighting or protection, just in case. But during the daytime, I would feel very comfortable just walking back there because any animal I would come across is not going to bother me unless I'm bothering it. Um, they're going to stay away from me more than anything, you know. But I mean, I used to be an avid hunter. I've got my hunter's license. I haven't gone hunting in the last 7 8 years. I It's hard to explain. Have I lost interest? Maybe, maybe not. Partly to do with it is I have a love for all types of animals, and I can see. I used to hunt and get at least one deer a year, and it's just so hard to explain. Could I still shoot a deer? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I'm sure I could, but I don't have the need. I used to enjoy to do it because I enjoy the venison. I enjoy the taste of venison steak. Um, I don't quite have the time for it anymore. That's part of the reason. Another reason is I have such a love for animals because I've opened my eyes as I've gotten older. I can't explain to you why, but almost all animals have a very I don't know how to explain it. I bond very easily and very good with animals. Why? I don't know. Wild animals, tame animals, it doesn't matter. My wife, Mrs. T-Bird, calls me. I say it says I'm an animal magnet. All animals love me. Why? I don't know. Is it something that they can sense about me? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But animals are much more conscious on the type of a person or situation than what we are. Even when there's like earthquakes, you've heard about earthquakes and animals leaving the area. Like say the animals like in Yellowstone National Park, if there's going to be an earthquake or something that's going to go on, uh, before it even happens, they're all fleeing that area. They have a keener sense of direction than what we do as people. You kind of understand what I'm saying in that aspect? So is it something about me that they understand more than what I understand myself? I don't know. I don't know. I guess Ellie's not going to show up. So I guess I'm not going to sing Country Roads. Yeah, I was going to sing it for her because she's always she's not really busting my chops. She's always saying she's waiting for me to sing the whole song. And I've been listening to it, and I've got most of the song down packed, except for the last few verses, the last main verse, just so I could sing that for Ellie. Uh, Another awesome, beautiful night here. How's the weather your way, Raka? Weather all good today? We've had nothing but beautiful weather the whole time I've been on vacation. It was supposed to rain one day and it never did. I don't know what's up with the rain, but I've mowed once, um, early or late last week around this time, and I haven't had to mow since. My grass isn't growing because we haven't got any rain. There's a few places like around my camp where we drive the mini bike in the hot there. Yeah, yeah, it's like that here too, and I hear it's coming. But the trails of me riding the dirt bike and the doom buggy around our backyard here, and certain trails that Mrs. T-Bird takes with her mini bike are making a path, and the ground is so dry there, it's killing the grass. Earlier tonight, I had to take the garden hose and I had to water a lot of our grass and the lawn around the camp because the grass is actually so dry it's starting to die. We could stand to use a little bit of rain here. And I know Missy was talking about earlier today the weather. Said it was raining. Huh? You open the garage door and nothing but sunshine and heat. I know Missy was saying if he goes out in the woods, he takes a 44 Magnum. Yeah, I think if I was to go out into the woods, I got a few 22s, shotguns. I got 308s. Uh, I got an assault rifle. What else do I got? I got a 44. I got an older handgun 22. I think if I had to walk out to the woods at nighttime or something, I think I'd bring the 22 with me. The handgun 22. I got an older handgun 22. It's an antique, and it's probably better than 30, 40 years old. I haven't shot it in a few years, 10, 15. Yeah. Even John says oh, me? I just saw a shooting star. Every live stream I have at nighttime, I'm seeing a shooting star. How the heck can I be able to? I can't share that with you guys. I would have to know exactly where that shooting star was going to be and have it pointed in that exact direction at the exact moment that it happened. It's awesome though. I love seeing shooting stars. They're meteors, by the way. I think they got the Perseid meteor shower beginning or ending. There's a couple different meteor showers going on right now. There's one starting, another one ending. Yeah, you got it, Denise. Shooting star. Woo! Oh man, I'm gonna dread going back to work after the next in another week and a half on the 18th. Oh man, I ain't gonna like it. And I'll be taking those country roads. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. If it's older, older than the trees, longer than the mountain, blowing like the breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. This is my real voice. I'm not straining with this one. Memories round her. I'm getting, I'm getting shy now. Water, dusty, hanging down the sky. Thanks to the moonshine, teardrops in my eye. Country roads, take me home. That's in my country voice. To the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, country home, country roads. Now, Cartier Silver says that when I'm doing that, it's not my real voice. So that's why I started off the beginning in my real voice without trying to get the country vibrato going on. 112 degrees in Tucson today. Holy crakes, craigies. Wow. OMG. Road, take me home. Oh my. Phoenix at 118. Are you kidding me? That's got to be a record breaker. That has got to be a record breaker. I've never heard of it being 118 degrees. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, too bad the Cartier Silver wasn't here. Yeah, he was on one of my streams when I was singing like that and I was using the country voice because I can change the pitch of my voice and I can only sing good in country, but I was going to do that for LA tonight and I was going to sing it in my regular voice, which I did. But sometimes I have problems in my regular voice reaching certain lyrics or sounds unless I adjust my voice. I don't know how you can explain it. I apologize about it, but I had to do it because OC Stacker was in here because he always says, "My ears, my ears." Here comes the train. Just heard it. Woo, choo, choo. Coyotes are having a blast. Chinese hoaxes. It kind of rhymes with what John was saying. Like a kind of a spin off from it. Coyotes are having a blast. Chinese hoax is kicking our, you know. I can say it, but I won't. Yeah, do I say that word? Yeah, I do. But I try not to say it on my live streams. I try to be nice and courteous in my live streams. Do I swear? Yeah, a little bit. Not too badly though. I don't use really bad profanity. I don't like bad profanity, and I don't believe in really. I mean, me as a content creator and doing a live stream, I don't think it's right to be, you know, swearing and using bad profanity. It's just not me. I hear it a lot, but and I'm sure you all have heard it a lot. And there's nothing wrong with it. To each their own. I'm not trying to point fingers or anything, so don't take me as me doing that. Oh my coffee's almost gone. Michael didn't stop in. He must be snuggled right up with Nancy, watching Stargate. Either that or they're both snoring. We should take a poll on it. You think Michael and Nancy are both snoring, or are they both watching Stargate? Should I? What do you think, Raka? Should I do a poll on that? You know he's going to eventually watch this. He'll get a chuckle out of it. Michael is tired. I could hear his. I could hear it in his voice too. Yeah, he was. He was. Yeah. I won't do the poll. We'll just all agree to agree that Michael is snoring right along the side of Nancy, and as long as he doesn't wake her up, that's all. That's all good. No, Molly Bear's still looking around. Still looking around, Molly Bear. What do you hear? What do you hear, baby? Hmm? You hear something? Yeah. She's such an awesome dog. I wish everybody. I don't know if you all have pets or animals, but if you do, I hope and wish that you all have the same connection that I have with my Molly Bear and my Jacks. They're both awesome dogs. They're great dogs, and I think they love me as much as I love them. It's so good to have an animal that that love that shows you the love that you show them back. And you know, I, just words can't express and explain it unless you have an animal like that. The same with cats. I mean, we got three cats now that are left, and I have Mrs. T-Bird has her cat. Her cat is named Chloe, and Chloe's so attached to her. She's with her all the time. Whenever she's working, she's either perched right up there on her desk or on her lap, and she purrs and purrs. She follows her around. She used to be my cat back in the day, but she kind of went to Mrs. T-Bird, and then I have another one. Her name is Mia. Mia and Mia's the same way for me. She follows me everywhere. This ain't Simba. I know there's Simba. Everybody knows Simba. He's the Pepe Le Pew cat. He's always around me. But Mia's my favorite pet. I think. Well, they're all my favorite pets. What am I saying? But I think Mia loves me the best. And but she doesn't try to get into my office like Simba does. I don't know what it is with Simba, but he tries to get into my studio all the time when I'm in there. Zed stopped in here? Yeah. That's not a fire. No, it's kind of dwindling down there a little bit. Uh, I have big fires usually, but sometimes I got the flames 4, 5, 6 feet. Them flames are probably about a foot and a half above the fire. I could throw some more wood on there for you, Zed. Feeling a little cold, are you? Oh, buddy, you wait. You wait. Oh, we're gonna have a fire. I've got a big pile of brush that's in the back part, and I'm gonna make a heck of a bonfire. And when I do it, I'll maybe do it during the live stream. If not live stream, I'll definitely do a video on it. But I think I'd rather do it live stream. But I don't know if I'd have to make sure my Wi-Fi is outside and that it's working well, which my Wi-Fi is outside. Uh, just for Zed, let's throw a few more pieces of wood on that fire. Let's throw a few more pieces of wood on there. He says it's not a fire. Wiggle it down a little bit. All right. Let's see here. All right, Dad. Hold on, brother. I'll fix that. I'll fix that. I got subscribers that want something. If you want, you shall receive. If you want, you shall receive. Ask Jackknife. Jackknife will tell you. Jackknife wanted a copper thumb. I gave him a copper thumb. Well, I didn't give it to him literally, but you know, hard to say. I wonder if Jackknife is out there tonight. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me see if I can't call him in. Dang it. No, I don't. I'm not gonna call it jackknife. I was in the house earlier and I changed clothes and I took my 5 silver out and I stuck them inside my studio. Oh, I usually have them on me too. There's Ed. Well, it's 5 feet to the top. Well, no, 4 feet to the top of those. It's about 2 feet above them. So what? We got 4 or 5, about a 6 foot fire right there. How's that, Zed? Marsh better? Marshmallow better? I aim to please. Yeah, I got chocolate. It's in the fifth wheel. I got the 1 ounce marshmallow right here. Woo! Big marshmallow. Just kidding. Well, I'm not. I don't kid. I don't kid. I don't mess around. Somebody asked me to do it. As long as it's safe and I feel I can do it safely, I'll do it. The big 1 ounce marshmallow. Yeah, I could probably roast. It's a good thing I got this super long stick. Woo! Hold on, let me make sure it's on there. Wow, it's already melting. Wow. I wasn't even touching the fire. Can you feel that heat? The heat is on. Woo! Wow. I'm like 4 or 5. I'm about 4 feet away, about, and I can hardly stand to be here. Oh. It's slightly toasted. Slightly toasted. I'm gonna have it that way. Come back here. Burn your marshmallow. No, I don't like the burnt marshmallows. I do one for Nancy. Nancy liked them burnt, and I cooked them burnt for Nancy. Mm-mm. Very good marshmallow. Mm. They're big. No, rubberneck. No, I don't like to burn them. I like them with this a nice light brown. A nice light brown. I mean, I've had them burnt before. I mean, the easy thing to do is to go in there and just hurry up and um, get them where they catch on fire, and you can hurry up and cook them real quick, and they're all black and charred. Michael and Nancy, at least Nancy, she likes hers charred like that, and I'll eat them like that, and I have. But I prefer mine to be just a nice. Good thing I still have my paper towels out here, so I can wipe my hands with a sticky marshmallow. Yeah, but this I forget who it was earlier that was in here. Um, he was asking about my fire pit, and I showed him around the whole inside area. It's about 4 feet high, and it's 10 feet by 12 feet long, and it's so nice because even here the cinder blocks are far enough away from the fire pit area, the where I got it, and I got all these pavers here as well. That area where the fire is in is 4 foot by 4 foot, the opening for where the fire actually is, and I got all these pavers down there. But the cinder blocks are far enough away where the heat doesn't crack them, and they hold the heat. And it's especially notice it a lot during the fall time area. And it's great to have a fire out here in the fall time, because even after the fire goes down, the stones are all nice and hot and warm, and they radiate the heat for so long, much longer than after the fire's on, and you really take a notice to it when it's cooler outside. Yeah, not too. You're not a fan of the charred? No, I am not. I'm not either. I'm not either. Rubberneck. Yeah, very cozy. So, what do you think, Deneen? You think Ellie would have liked my country road song? um, in my regular voice, I don't think you were here that night when I was singing, and Cartier said that was not my real voice, and he said to sing in my real voice. But do you think Ellie would have liked me singing that way in my real voice or in the country type voice, where I changed my bravado or whatever you call it, and I got a little more raspier sound? Mm-hmm. Yep, Zed, that's how I like mine. Tanned. Nice and tanned. Oh, I shot my paper towel over there. My paper towel is going to catch on fire real quick. There goes. Poof. Now you shut my headlight back off. Yeah, a lot of them brushes are from the the basswood tree that I cut down the other day. I did a video on. I cut it up real quick. Got the mess all cleaned up. I think within inside of a 30, 35 minutes, I had the tree down, limbed, cut up into firewood, and all hauled back here and had the mess all cleaned up. And for the last few days, I've been cutting it up and starting my fires with it and burning it. And of course, you see, there's not much of it left. It was right up to the top, and we're, yeah, I think more than 3/4 of it's gone. And over here, my wagon, I don't step on my cord. And my wagon, I've got very little brush, trim brush left. I got just maybe another couple of handfuls. So I guess I'll be cutting down another tree. I got like 2 or 3 more dead trees in my property that I need to cut down and limb up instead of me going to the store and buying all that. It's much. I mean, I got it. I might as well cut it down instead of it standing there, falling down, and then rotting. Yeah. Tell you about myself. Okay. I don't know. What do you want to know? Ask me what you want to know, and maybe I'll tell you. What do I do for a living? I build trains, passenger trains, and I'm actually a crane operator. I've worked for this particular company now for 26 years. And for the last 4 or 5 years, I've been a crane operator, and I operate 3 different overhead cranes. And one of them is 130-ton capacity. The other two are 150 tons. And we currently have 2 different types of trains that we're building in our facility. And one of them, when they're complete, is about 96 tons, and the smaller ones, which is a different contract, are about 60, roughly about 60 tons. So I operate the crane, and I also move the cars with what we call a trackmobile in and out of the building and on the tracks and all over the place. In a nutshell, I've had multiple different job titles while I was there at that particular facility. Um, Cutting wood is a chore. No, for me, it's on my property. It's something that needs to be done. I'm not working. I'm on vacation right now. Is it a chore? Yeah, maybe it is, but I enjoy doing it. Um, I always, I've always been a busybody. I think a few of you already know that. I'm a bit of a busybody. I can't sit still. So I'm not extremely high strung, but I'm very energetic. I'm 59. I don't feel like I'm 59. I feel like I'm not trying to brag or anything. So don't even go there. But I don't mean that in a bad way. But I still feel like I'm like in my early to mid 40s, physically wise. I mean, I drive doom buggies. I drive dirt bikes for enjoyment. Mrs. T-Bird can't reach the ground with her feet on the dirt bike, so I went and got her a mini bike. I ride her mini bike every once in a while. Uh, I enjoy life. I like doing a lot of things. I collect coins. I have since I've been 14. I collect silver, paper money, constitutional money, slab coins. I got a lot of old currency, a lot of old coins. I've got gold coins. The only thing I don't have is platinum or what's that other one? Osmium. I don't have any osmium. Will I ever get any? I don't know. Probably not. I could get some, but I don't see the point in it. But I do like silver and gold. I like hedging my wealth against inflation by having silver and gold. Looks like the door is opening. Mrs. T-Bird may be coming out. I'm not sure. I see the light from my door opening along my garage. I don't know. What time is it anyway? It's very likely she could be done work. But throughout my life history, I've worked for a lot of contractors when I was younger. I've done everything from foundation work to finishing work to a house. There's nothing I don't know about building or constructing a house. I've built a lot of houses. I've done everything from plumbing, electrical to putting in furnaces to soldering pipes and everything you can think about. Anything to do with electrical or plumbing, I've done. Sheetrocking, framing, roofing, insulating a house, framing a house. I could go on and on. And back when I was younger, I worked for a logger. I logged when I was very young, at a very young age, 16 to 17 years old, 18. I ran a skidder, a 640 John Deere. I cut wood down. I sawed trees down in the woods, took them out with a skidder, put them on the skidway. I ran the picker that would pick the logs up and load them on the tractor trailers. Um, I can go on. I could keep going on. There's a lot of things. I'm very diverse in what I've done. Um, what else? Actually, Mrs. T-Bird's, like I was saying in one of my other live streams not that long ago, um, Mrs. T-Bird's stepfather, that she pretty much grew up with, was a logger, and he had a logging business. While I was working for the train company that I'm working for now, on the weekends and even during the week when I used to work third shift, sometimes I would help him out for hours on end, logging in the woods. He knew I knew how to drive the skidder. He knew I knew how to. If you know what a skidder is, like I said, it's a 640 John Deere. You got a winch on it. You got a cable. You got chains. Once you drop the trees down the trees, limb them. Uh, you just hitch the chain around there. Put it on the chain that's on the winch. You winch it up to the skidder. You pull the logs out of the woods. You got like 7, 8 logs that are 100 feet long. That are the butt's probably 24 inches round, and you got like 6, 7 of them on there. Can I go on? Yeah, I can go on. We can. I could go on a lot. Tell you a lot more about me. Uh, I grew up around a gas station by the Canadian border. I learned a lot of stuff there as a mechanic. My brother was a mechanic. I learned. I built my own engines when I was younger. I tore them apart with the help of my older brother. Um, Taking an engine down to the bare block, rebuilding it from scratch. Of course, honing the cylinders out like 40 thousandths over. Of course, I brought it to a speed shop to let them do it because I didn't have the tools. Um, let's see, what else? I am a carpenter. Back when I was in high school, I had 3 years of carpentry that I took in wood shop. I love the woodwork. The only thing I don't have, nor have I ever have, is a wooden lathe. I want to buy a lathe one of these days. I enjoy woodworking. I've got skill saws, table saws, miter saws, compound miter saws. You name it, I've got it in my garage. Um, let's see, what else? There's a lot more. Blueprinting. I took blueprinting classes back in school, and auto body mechanics. When I was in high school, I went to another trade school. I had 2 year degree in auto body mechanics, which is when you crash your car and you bring it to them and they repair your car and straighten your frame and all that good jazz and fix your car. Yeah, I can do auto body. Have I done it? Yes, I have. Have I done it for a living after taking that? No, I haven't. Have I done some of my own body work? Yes, I have. Can I paint? Yes, I can. I've done it literally all. A few of you that are in my stream may have heard me say it before. I've done just about everything except for fly a plane and drive a tank. I can't think of any other equipment that I have not used or been in. Have I drove a train? Yes, I've drove a train, literally. uh, Other than the trains that we build that are new trains that are passenger trains. Not the ones at my work, no, but other places because I can't give you the name because I've signed a disclosure clause and I cannot tell you anything about the company that I work for or show you pictures or do video there. I've signed a disclosure clause. But for approximately 3 years prior to all this, I did work for CP Rails, which is Canadian Pacific Railway. They were located in Rouse's Point, but it's a Canadian-based freight company where freight comes from Canada, from Montreal, that goes down south, and which is has been bought now. Canadian Pacific Railway in Kansas City. They merged. I think it was about a year ago. I'm rambling on, but you asked. Could I keep going on? Yes, I could. You sound a lot like me. Been there, done that. Even melt aluminum. Yes, I've melted aluminum. You want me to go get you a little puddle of aluminum I could show you? I melt copper and I've got two auto furnaces. I melt silver, pour silver, but I do more copper than anything because I probably got about 400 or 500 pounds of meltable pure 999 copper. I do metal salvage scrapping from breakers to electronics, and I salvage the silver and the gold out of them. Um, you just got to be careful, make sure you wear your PPE and your protection because sometimes I don't. And you got to see my finger again if I can show it. I did recently did some acid testing on some 24 karat gold, and that little brown ring you see right there, that's on my nail, was down where my cuticle is down below because I was testing it with some 10 karat acid tester and then 18 karat to see if I had some gold scrap that I got from some electronics to test to see if it was 14, 18, or 24 karat gold. It was 24 karat gold, but when I took my acid to test that, I didn't have my PPE on. I was doing it over my kitchen sink and it started to smoke a little bit. And I thought, oh, dang it, it's brass. Oh, and it would make a little smoke. And then I realized, I go, oh, shit, that's coming from my fingers. So I turned the kitchen sink on and I rinsed my fingers off and I left a brown stain on my index and middle finger and a little bit on my thumb. And of course, the bottle had ruptured just a little bit, had a little pinhole on it. But anyways, that's enough about me. How about you? You know, they got the old saying, "Jack of all trades, master of none." Well, I don't know. Everything I've done, I've seemed to master it, but I'm a jack of all trades. Yeah, I've even drove trailers. I got about 400,000. I drove a tractor trailer, but not for a profession, only because of my fact my father, a lot of his life had tractor trailers, and he had I can't remember the year of it. Was it 1986 Kenworth? I think it was a 1986 Kenworth, something like that. He owned a few different trucks, and he had a few drivers that drove for him, and he drove them as well. Occasionally, when he used to go on the road, I'd go on the road with him occasionally, and drove tractor trailer. But I only did it because my father had it. I had my class one license for 4 years, and at the end of 4 years, I just let it go because I was never going to do it for a living, and I didn't see the need of me having it. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. I've melted some aluminum. I've melted not very much aluminum, not very much brass. I melted some brass. I made a brass dragon. I purposely made one. I knew what I had. I had some copper that I knew that wasn't pure copper, and I melted it. I knew it would be consistent of being a brass material. I didn't know exactly what the other material that it was mixed in with the copper, but later to find out because I did a little research on it and because I knew what my temperature of certain metals would melt at. In this particular metal, I had two auto furnace turned up to 1200 degrees, and it took 2 times longer to melt the copper in my crucible. And it was very sludgy when it came out. Yeah, that's the way uh, brass usually is. And I did a little research on the temperatures of what different types of metals melt at what, and it had to have been nickel. So I have a bronze dragon that I poured that consisted of copper and nickel. Hi, Marketplace Bouquet. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Let's see. Pretty much done. Everything you mentioned. Never got a CDL. I would have been grandfather claused into the CDL. I'm 59. This was many years ago, back when I was young, very young, like in my 20s. I would have been grandfathered in. I had my class one before they had the CDLs. If I wouldn't have let it go and just kept renewing it, I would never had to. I don't think I would have had to do anything. I would have automatically had it. I would have been grandfather claused in there. But like I said, I never wanted to do it for a living, for a profession. My father did it all his life before he had a gas station in a garage, and even during his garage, he still had it. And he had tractor trailers and trucks, and he used to go on trips and whatever. But he had a couple of different drivers that would drive his trucks for him. Hi, Miss. I'm Ms. T from CLE. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. From Cleveland. Hello, Cleveland. Hmm. Fire ant hills. Yeah, that's one thing I haven't done that I've thought about before, and I've seen it done before. Pouring molten aluminum down ant hills and digging them up. I've seen that before. I've never done that, but I've melted aluminum before. I've never poured it down ant holes, but that would be something because it's pretty cool. Wow, that fire is getting down there again. I think I need to put some more wood on there. A couple more pieces. A couple more pieces of wood. These are ones that haven't split yet. Oh my. Hmm. Hold on a second. I gotta see if I got some more over here. Give me a moment. Big pieces. I'm gonna have to break out the old axe and mallet tomorrow. I got a lot of my pieces are bigger pieces of wood. Now let me see here before I use them. Oh, that one's a little green. Sorry guys, I just want to keep the fire burning. This is T-Bird to be done here very soon, and she'll be coming out here, and I enjoy having a nice fire with her at nighttime. Don't mind me too much. I'm one with the fire. I better be if I'm a T-Bird, right? Firebird, Phoenix. Woo! Okay, I'm back. There we go. Oh, we got somebody new. Sumra Goham. I'm saying, not sure. I think it's the first time I've ever seen you. My country is daytime. Oh, very nice to see you. Thanks for stopping in. You know, one person I didn't see tonight is usually Cindy. Cindy's usually in here, and she's from Artist Resin. You know Sudha Gupta or Artist Resin? She's the same person. She's from India. You can hear me all right here, right, Deneen? 5 times 5 in the sound. I was facing away from the phone. I was looking at my laptop, and my fire pit is kind of fuzzy. Let me tap the screen here. Oh, wait, what? I'm muted? No. 5 times 5? Who's muted? Uh-oh. Was it something I touched on the screen? You can hear me, right? Okay. Oh man, the wheel spun for a little bit, but it's good. Okay. I wonder if it's when I walked in front of the. I wonder if it's because when I walked in front of the my phone that I'm streaming from. It's possible because my Wi-Fi is outside, but I'm at least about 100 feet away from my Wi-Fi, and it's up on top. I put it up on top of my canopy where my pool is over there. Let's see here. Uh, is this light working? Oh, what happened to it? No, one of my LED lights ain't working. Ah, can't mess with him. You tell it's me. Let's see. You might be able to see the canopy up there. I don't know. Yeah, you can see. You can see my canopy over there above my car. Oh, the doom buggy's in front of my car. I got the doom buggy parked right there, and my car is behind that, and then the pool's behind that. The canopy is way back there, and up above. You can't quite make it out. Yeah, you can. And the Wi-Fi is on the very top of that. There's a metal roof on top of that. So, I think the metal roof is conflicting with the Wi-Fi extender. I know I had some issues the other night. I'm blaming that on YouTube because I've been having a few problems. I haven't yet today so far. I rubberneck passing a beer. I've got this. Like I said, I don't drink too much. Oh man, let me. All right, I don't drink very often. A little bit. You're going to have to build your own tap. Yeah, yeah, Raka. Yeah, you're welcome, Z. Give me a. Let me. Give me a second. It'll take me like 45 seconds to run into the house. I want to grab something, and I'll be right back out. Like I said, I'm not much of a drinker, but I've got this something Arizona tea that I like that I seen at the store, and I bought it, and it's different than normal. Hold on. Oh boy. All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys. It was less. It was more than 45 seconds. Mrs. T-Bird asked me what I was doing, and I asked her when she was getting done. She said probably in a few more minutes. And I said, okay. She goes, what are you doing? Live streaming out there? I said, yeah. I just had to go get a drink, and I go and I got to grab something else. So I got to talk with her for a little bit. But I usually always have my pocket pieces on me, and it's the noise that attracts my buddy Jackknife. Let's see if Jackknife shows up. Yeah, I always got my pocket pieces on me, whether I'm live streaming or not. There's my pocket pieces. I've showed them before. 5 buffaloes I usually carry around with me. I don't carry just one pocket piece. I carry 5 pocket pieces. 999 silver. But cheers, Rubberneck. Woo! I went to the store. Bam! Is he here? I told you. See? I told you, Jackknife. Woo! Oh man! If I would have known you were going to come, I would have grabbed the thumb, man. But yeah, I changed my clothes the other day, just this morning. I in the house, and I took my silver pocket pieces out. I always got them with me, and I set them on top of the refrigerator in the house, so they were in the house. Oh man, I'm telling you, it's just like rubbing the bottle, genie a bottle. Poof, jingle the silver. There he is. But like I was saying, I went in the house to go get something. I got some Arizona uh, green tea with ginseng and honey, and it's one of my favorite drinks. Show it to you. Like I said, I'm not much of a drinker. I drink a little bit of Pepsi. All right, I do like Arizona tea, but this is Arizona hard tea with ginseng and honey. I've never had it before. It's 5% alcohol. So it's basically like a beer, I guess. And like I said, I'm not a drinker. I don't drink beer. I don't like beer. Um, if I do drink, I got this a bottle of Rono I keep in the freezer, and I take a little sip of it every once in a while. I'm just not a big drinker. I used to when I was a lot younger, when I was a kid. But I mean, we're all adults here, right? There's no children. There shouldn't be any children up at this time of night under the 18. And my stream is set for no kids. So, cheers. This is for you. This is for you, Rubberneck. Cheers. Woo! I'm not a big drinker, but here's the cheers to each and every one of you, especially Rubberneck. I'm going to try this out. Eh, I don't like it. No, I don't like it very much. It's kind of all right, but I guess I'm going to have to drink it. The regular Arizona tea with honey and ginseng tastes so much better than this stuff. I ain't gonna lie. I'll never buy that again. I bought a. It's like I don't know what it is. It was a 12 pack of cans, I guess. They had it on sale, but no. Yeah. Have you had it before, Rakamas? Ah, don't like it. No. I might not even drink the rest of that. You haven't had that one? I don't. I don't recommend it. Like I said, the real Arizona tea with honey, without the alcohol, is good. And that's the only reason why I bought it. It was on sale, and it was the Arizona iced tea. You know, and ginseng with honey, an alcoholic beverage. And I said, well, I'm not a drinker, but I'll give it a try. Why not? I'm on vacation. Yeah, cheers. Woo! Yeah, that's what I meant. Tea, non-alcohol. Yeah, I like the non-alcohol iced tea from Arizona, but not that stuff. Yuck. I'd rather I'd rather drink straight vodka than drink that stuff. And I'm not a vodka drinker. There you go. throw some ketchup in it and shake it around. It probably improved the flavor. Most definitely. Most definitely. I'll agree with you there. Yes, sir, I would. I would definitely agree with you there. That was so funny. I jingled the silver and it came right out of the woodworks. Jackknife he did. Oh man. Yeah. I wonder if he had to have been lurking. He had to have been lurking. He had to have been. He's like, boom, there he was. Yeah, you are. I appreciate you, brother. Oh man. Yeah. Let me know, Jackknife. Tell me if you want me to go get the thumb and show the thumb. I'll show the thumb. Let me know. I'm not that. I'm just from the fifth wheel away, where the thumb is. He said that I need to make a T-bird thumb, and I made one. Poured it out of copper. Zed, you're still here, right? Yeah. He, he was talking to me, asked about what I did for a living, what I was doing, and I gave him the spiel of maybe 60% of what I've done. You know, telling him a little bit about myself. And I went on and on and on and on. That was only a little bit about myself. But he asked, thumbs up the stream. Oh, yeah, Rubberneck saw the thumb. I don't think Zed did, though. We were talking about pouring metals, and he was pouring aluminum on the ant hills. I never poured them on the ant hills, but I've always I've seen it done before. I wanted to try it. You did see me pour it? Awesome, Rubberneck. Awesome. Yeah, it was surprising. I couldn't believe it came out because I just did it in kinetic play sand. It, it wasn't done in a flask or anything like that. How could it be done in a flask? It couldn't have been. But I had to do an impression of my thumb, and it was a little difficult to do. It was a little difficult to do, but the kinetic play sand that I use is a fairly coarse type of sand. And for the type of sand it was, and of course I had to manipulate it a little bit on the top, and I had to compress my thumb in fairly deep into the pan, and it's a little deeper than what I needed it to be, but it's pretty close to an exact replica of my thumb, and I was pretty amazed when I poured it in my live stream. And once I did the quench on it and pulled it out, and I'm like, wow, the thumbnail actually came out and showed up. It was unbelievable. Coming to install a new storm door in minus in, for the missus and I in the morning. Huh. Oh wow! Oh, come on, John. Yeah, all right. That's nice. A storm door is nothing. Is nothing to install. Is it the whole, just the storm door, or the whole complete door with the frame? Even if it was the whole complete door with the frame, it's very simple. It's very easy to do. I've installed multiple doors, interior and exterior doors, and sliding glass doors and garage doors. Of course, maybe it's easy for me though. I've done it a lot in the past. So, but if it's just the storm door itself on an existing frame, that's very easy. Mm, yeah, some could be. Some are tricky a little bit. But like I said, if it's an existing frame and the storm door, as long as you got the right size storm door to fit the opening of the frame, it's fairly simple. It's fairly easy. Now, if it was the whole complete frame, the interior and the exterior with the storm door, yeah, it's another story. Taking the old one out and putting the other one in. I mean, you have to make sure you got the proper header and all that, and but if you got an existing door that should already have the proper header there and everything, and you got the right door size, tear the old one out, put the new one in. It's fairly good. It's just a storm door. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Just a storm door. Sip on your cup and supervise. Oh yeah, I hear you. Audio is popping and snapping and static. It's not my fire popping, is it? I can hear my fire is popping in the background. Hold on a minute now. Let me go get that thumb. I'll go get the thumb. It'll only be like 20 seconds. You tell me if it's still popping and snapping. No, no, sorry. Sorry, I guess I took the thumb inside. I took the thumb inside. I had that in my pocket too with my pocket pieces last night. The only thing from that pour, the only thing that on that pour that I had the other night that's still out here is that little dragon when I poured the thumb. I got the little dragon that I poured. What I had left, I had just enough to pour that little dragon. Oh, come on, focus. Oh wow, I got the background. You can kind of see it though. After I poured the thumb, I had just enough. Excuse me. Hi, Artistry Resin. How you doing? Good to see you. Awesome. Very nice to see you. Always nice to see you, Artist Resin. There was somebody that was in here a little while ago that was from India. I'm trying to remember their name. I thought maybe they had maybe knew you. Can't remember. Who was it? Let me see if I can scroll back up here and take a look. Was it Sumra? I'd asked if maybe she had known you, and I might have missed what they had said. I can't remember where it was. I think it may have been somebody that you may have known because they were from India. And I said that I knew somebody named Artist Resin and also Sudha Gupta that was from India. Yes, I did. Thank you so much. It was very, very good. Thank you, Artist Resin. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I know. There's millions of people in India, I know. But there's a lot of people that are in India that are YouTube creators and content creators that are on YouTube. I was just thinking because it was Artist Resin, because she subscribed to me and I'm subscribed to her, that maybe they may have, maybe Artist Resin was in here earlier and she might have said, hey, go check out this, you know, T-Bird Stacking, he's on. That maybe she might have directed them my way, possibly. That's why I was asking if they may have known her. It's just like in the United States. I mean, there's millions of people in the United States. And then somebody pops on like the name OC Stacker, you know. But OC Stacker, he's either probably doing business right now, or maybe he's on a channel where they're buying coins or something, possibly, or maybe he's just sleeping. I don't know. I haven't seen OC Stacker. I think I saw him earlier today when I went to Tiger Stacker's live stream with Frostbite and Silver Dragons. I was there, and OC Stacker was on there, so that was much earlier this afternoon. And he could be lurking too, like Jackman. Alrighty. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by, Zed. And thank you, Rubberneck. Appreciate you both. I know Rubberneck's still here, but have a good night. Appreciate you coming in, Zed. And we'll catch you out there because I'm pretty sure I've seen you out there. You're on Daisy Maze a lot of the time, Zed. Thank you very much. I appreciate you stopping in. I believe I may have seen you out there in Knuckle Busting Numbskulls a few times as well. That's where I usually always see Rubberneck and on Daisy Maze and Knuckle Busting Numbskull. And I slept in today probably to almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I believe I missed Knuckle Busted Numbskull's live stream. He did have a live stream today, Deneen, didn't he? I'm pretty positive he did. And I think I missed one of his live streams. I'll just go back and I'll replay it. I've been going through some of his playlists anyways, and also Daisy Maze playlist on my other devices. Trying to help them out with their watch hours as well. I think Daisy May and also Knuckle Bustin' Numbskull is going through my playlist that I have. I've recently gone through a lot of my videos and I've added more videos and lives and shorts and stuff that I hadn't had allocated towards my playlist. So I went back through them. Knuckle wasn't live today. Wow, really? So I didn't miss one of his streams. Oh, oh, thank goodness, because I was feeling a little shitty and a little bad that I didn't because I'm on vacation, and usually all the times when he's going live, just shortly after he goes live, I'm usually heading to work, and I at least comment in there and say hi to everyone and whatnot, and then I listen, and as I'm listening to him talking, when I hear him say somebody's name, I use my speech to text and press my button on my steering wheel and try to, comment on the way going to work until I get to work. And then I usually let everybody go because I usually got to run right in there or give Mrs. T-Bird a real quick call, tell her, all right, baby, I'm here at work. I love you. Miss you. Talk to you later. Talk to you on my 4 o'clock break. Thank you so much, Rubberneck. I appreciate that. I appreciate you stopping by. And I hope you enjoyed the fire. I wish there's some way I could send the heat your way if you needed the heat. Maybe you don't. But I enjoy fires. There's been a few times I've put a little bit of copper wire, not pure copper wire. I've tried the pure copper 999 pure copper wire that I melt with. I usually do my forging with, and it doesn't give the blue and green flames. I don't know why, but the lesser type of copper that I get from some of my other salvaging, which has a coating on it, and it's a less copper. It's not pure 999. Gives those green and blue flames. I don't have any of that on me right now. Wait. I lied. I do have some. I do have some. I have some of that inferior Christmas tree copper wire. I could make some blue and green flames. Ooh. But it doesn't always pick it up as good. I'll try it. I'll do it. I got it. I got it. Let's see. Ooh. I still had some out here. Let's see. It might take a few minutes. The fire should be hot enough where it'll melt it fairly quick. But thank you so much, Rubberneck. I appreciate you, brother. Oh, sister, brother. Woo! Thank you so much for stopping by. And thank you as well, Zed. I think he's already gone, though. You got to bounce? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Jackknife. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, brother. Always appreciate you. You have yourself a good day, and we'll catch you out there next time. All I got to do is ring that silver. That's awesome. That's awesome. I jingled that silver and he popped right up, didn't he? Oh, man. Oh, there it is. Hold on. It's already starting. I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you see the green in there, Deneen? Yeah, cheers, Rubberneck. Let me zoom this in just a little bit. You see the green? I hope you're seeing that, Rubberneck, before you popped out. It's some inferior, low-grade quality copper wire. It'll make green and blue flames. right in the middle. Let me see. Right along there. You see it? How cool is that? Now the copper that I melt with, the pure copper that I melt with, that is pure 999, does does not do that. It doesn't do it. It doesn't turn. Look at that. Check that out, boy. I'm looking at the fire through my eyes. I'm looking at the phone that I'm streaming from, and it's three in real life without looking through my camera on my phone that I'm streaming with. It's three times greener than what I can see through the camera. Yeah, it is cool. Let me see if I can't zoom in this a little bit more, if that'll help or not. I don't know. I just don't know why it doesn't pick it up as good. I mean, look at that. That's so cool. Green, green, blue. Yep, that'll keep burning like that. As I keep that fire going, it'll burn like that for maybe a half hour until that inferior, I'll call it inferior copper, completely melts and dissolves into a powder. Maybe that's what it is with the pure 999 copper that I got. It doesn't it the pure 99 copper that I use for my melting is pure copper, and when you heat it melts. This temperature is nowhere near high enough to melt on the fire. Is nowhere high enough to melt copper into a liquid. And I've still have some that's out here. And I've had the fires going, and here's some of the fine copper wire. Here's some of the fine copper wire that I melt with. And it's unbraided. It's very fine, and no matter how fine it is and thin, I can throw that on there, and it does not burn or melt or turn green. I think because of the fact of the purity of the type of wire it is. I can only melt this in my crucible. I've had it in the fires like that for hours and hours and hours on end, and until the next day, the coals are all melted and everything's gone. I still got this copper wire. It's still there, non-melted. Canadian police, how you doing? Good to see you. You're from Canada, obviously. But what parts of Canada are you from? You from Ottawa or Quebec? Thank you for stopping by. You see, if you're from Quebec, maybe you see my fire from just across the border, right? I don't. I'm just joking. I'm like about 10 miles south of the Canadian border, directly south of Montreal, in New York State. Very nice to see you, and thank you for stopping in. Please smash that like button. I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm looking at my phone, and good thing I got my laptop going, Deneen, because my phone's done the same thing again. The chat stopped on my phone. The last thing I see on my phone is Rubberneck saying cheers. That was quite a while back. I gotta put this silver away because I'll keep jingling around with it. I'll put it back in my pocket. Yeah, it's almost a full moon out. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm almost positive tonight is not the full moon. I'm thinking tomorrow night is. From where I'm sitting right here, looking directly south, it's probably about. Let me see. It'd be 90, 45. Go down another 10 degrees. About 35 degrees in the air. Just a little bit to the west side of directly south is the full moon, which looks to be like a full moon, but it's not. I think tomorrow night's the full moon, and it almost looks like my chat may have froze here on my laptop because I see Rockama saying "Hey Canadian," and that's it. I don't see anything else after that. Maybe he popped in and popped back out. I don't know. 20 out of 20. Is that for me, Deneen, in tonight's chat? 20 out of 20. Taking a nap. Yeah, probably. I'm probably gonna let you guys go here very soon. He may be taking a nap. Who knows? I was just curious whether he was where he was from in Canada. Thank you, Deneen. Yeah, it's a little different when I'm just sitting here being able to look at the laptop. I got a laptop in front of me, right in front of me, and it's not. It's the way I've got things set up in my studio is different, kind of. And I just got to get maybe my laptop more organized in a different area situated. I mean, this way here, usually out my fire pit, it's kind of nice, but I mean, I can see everything on my laptop, but I'm faced away from my phone where I'm streaming from, but that doesn't matter because the sound is being carried over. But if I'm not showing off a lot of my coins and doing this and doing that, I can pay a lot more attention to the chat and what's going on, which is nice. A lot of times, you know how I am. I get excited and I start showing this and showing that and getting into this and that and this and that. Next thing you know, the chat's gone by and I can't see what's being said. Well, okay. All right, gang. Uh, wow. An hour and 48 minutes. We'll go to another couple of minutes and I guess I'll say good night to you guys. I don't know. Or maybe should I go to 2 hours? Well, I got 12 more minutes to 2 hours. Wow, that thing's all over the place. It was saying I had 3 people, then 6 people, and then it jumped to 8 people, and then now it's down to 6. I got 20 likes though. Count us down, Raka. Woo! Bird's the word. Yeah, you know it. Yeah, I wish Ellie would have stopped by. Yeah, I'm hoping my normal voice was good enough for country roads earlier. But thank you so much, Rakamas, for stopping in here. Thank you as always. Thank you as well as always, Deneen. I appreciate you, sister. Thank you, Canadian Police, for stopping in. I wonder if that's the police that pulled me over a long, long time ago when I needed help up in Canada. I don't know. It wasn't for a bad thing. I was up in Canada going to Montreal. There was somebody that had some road trouble. I pulled over to help them out, and they pulled over and asked if everything was all right. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and we had Rubberneck that was in there earlier with Jackknife, another Jackknife, yeah. Vegas stacked our way earlier. We had a lot. We had Zed in here. Sudagupta was in here as well, as long as artist resin. Y'all have a good night. Yeah, T-Bird out. Woo! I don't got the copper thumb, but I'll do the regular way. Alrighty, T-Bird out. Woo! Have a good night, all. Yeah!